Good evening, listeners. I thought it's high time I talk about my book for those of you who have not read it yet. You're going to see my eyes glancing back and forth. I've prepared a little something to keep my mind focused and on track. Otherwise, I'll just spin off into wild tangents. None of you are here for that. So let's start at the beginning. For those who don't know, my name is Klaus Michelson. I'm the author of the book Vampire: The Awakening. It's available now in most stores, online, offline. If you're looking for it online, it can be hard to find without putting my name in there. I didn't do enough research on the title. My mistake. At any rate, I wanted to give those who deem me suitable enough entertainment to watch and listen the rundown of my book. At present, I'm working on the sequel, and I'm proud to say I am 10 chapters in, and happily looking forward to getting it finished, because it stars my most favorite creation, the biggest, baddest villain I can come up with, Valens. But I'll get into him in a later video. But I also have 7 more sequels in mind for this particular series with these characters. So I'm in it for the long haul. So let's get started, shall we? This is a dark fantasy novel centered around 2 characters. Arius, a knight who grows disillusioned with the station he once worked so hard to obtain, and Alexandria, a farm girl with her whole life ahead of her who loses everything she holds dear in the blink of an eye. War unites this unlikely duo as a demonically empowered king murders his way through the kingdom, slaughtering innocents in his lands, all to bolster his own dark power. It's a little more to it than that, but I don't want to give away plot twists. Due to a series of events, it sees these duo becoming vampires. Using their newfound gifts, they try to topple this maniacal monarch for the suffering they've endured, and there is a ton of suffering. If you have ever felt like the world is against you, you will definitely feel for these characters. My vampires don't sparkle, and though it is a kind of love story, it's not one of those deep, longing, I need you, will do anything for you, fairy tale Disney princess bullshit kind of loves. It's real. And anyone who's been in a relationship knows there's no such thing as perfect love. There's good days, there's bad days, there's ups, there's downs. There's moments where you can go from hating each other to loving one another. And I try to incorporate that reality of a relationship into my characters. I try to make them as flawed as real people are, as flawed as I myself am. My vampires aren't mindless, blood-crazed fiends either. Becoming a vampire doesn't make you a monster. All vampirism does in my books is amplify what's already there. I mean, give any human power, and they're going to use it to better their own world. They'll right their own wrongs and be damned with who gets in their way. Humans are monstrous enough as it is. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I'd be any different. If you gave me superpowers of any variety, I would be the first one on the streets, just... you don't want to know. But that's the kind of realism I try to bring to my book, is these aren't just stereotypes. These are real people gifted with powers who are coming to grips with the darkness that they have themselves. They are human, they are flawed, they are layered characters stripped of their heroic nobility. Now on to the inspiration for my book. I read a lot of comics. I still do to this day. I hate the MCU. I'll get into that, later on, but it's trash. Anyway, a lot of my inspiration comes from a multitude of sources. Games like The Elder Scrolls, Legacy of Kain, Blood Omen, Soul Reaver, The Witcher games, The Witcher books, shows like Vampire Diaries, the originals, and so many more. So if you're a fan of any of those, you'll definitely find something to enjoy in my book. And I've mentioned in numerous videos before, let's put the star of the show right in front here, I give out free copies of my book. They're digital. I have an Audible version, and I have an ebook. If you message me with an email address, it'll be yours. You just tell me if you want an ebook or the Audible. Because as much as I would love to have money, I didn't write this for money. I want a fan base. I want people to get enraptured with my stories. And having a following, having fans matters more to me than making any money. So please, pick up a copy if you want to support me. If you want to read it yourself and don't want to be out the money, message me. I will happily send you a copy. But that's all I wanted to talk about.